Daf Yomi, Tractate Bava Metzia, page 107a, top of the page, words make all. Amar Abaya, Tama, Derb Shimon, Kidamar, etc. Is lenient as he maintains that donors are not particular in this regard. This shows that Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel is not bothered by a change of mind if no harm results. Abaye said Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel's reason is as explained by the master, Abaye's teacher, Rabbah. As the master says, one for whom it is preferable to grow crops and yet have his land remain as fertile as if it lay fallow should plant wheat one year and barley the next year. Okay. In addition, we're talking about the Mishnah that talked about if you rented a field to plant barley, you can't plant wheat, but the opposite you could do. And Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel says you can't do either way. Abaye said Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel's reason is explained by the master, by his teacher Rabbah. The master says one for whom it is preferable to grow crops and yet have his land remain as fertile as if it lay fallow should plant. Meaning, if you want to ruin your field, then plant wheat one year and barley the next year. In addition, he should plant 1 year lengthwise and 1 year crosswise. In this manner, he will prevent the field from being weakened. Oh. Now I'm seeing the opposite is true. One for whom is preferable to crops. Lay fallow should plant wheat. Maybe it's a good thing. You can interpret it different ways. Anyway, the Gemara comments, and we said that his use of the land without following these dictates would weaken it only where he does not plow and repeat his plowing. Anyway. All right. In other words, plow the field twice before reseeding it. But if he plows and repeats his plowing, we have no problem with it. Consequently, the reasoning of Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel is that a change of crops at the wrong time can weaken the field. Okay, the Mishnah states that one who receives a field to plant with it grain may not plant with it legumes, beans. Rabbi Yehuda taught Ravin that the halacha is that one who receives a field to plant it with grain may plant it with beans. Ravin said to him, but didn't we learn in the Mishnah that one who receives a field to plant it with grain may not plant it with legumes? Rabbi Yehuda said to him, this is not difficult, as this halacha is for us, the residents of Babylonia, and that halacha is for them, the residents of Eretz Yisrael, since what type of seed to plant depends on the quality of the land. In Eretz Yisrael, where the land is weak, there is concern that the land will be weakened. This concern does not apply to Babylonian fields. Rav Yehuda said to Ravin bar of Nachman, Ravin, my brother, those cress plants that grow among flax are not subject to the prohibition of robbery as the one taking them is effectively weeding the field, and the owner prefers that the cress not grow so as to not affect the growing flax. But if the plants stand on the boundary of where the flax is growing, so that their remaining there would not have a negative impact on the growing flax, they are subject to the prohibition of robbery, as it is assumed that the owner grew the plants there intentionally. Okay. Wow. And if the cress plants were sufficiently grown to the point that they were hardened with seed growing inside, in other words, they were fully grown, then even if they were among the flax, they are subject to the prohibition of robbery. What is the reason? Concerning that flax to which they have already caused a loss, Since the flax has already been damaged, by removing the cress now, he does nothing to improve the crop, and merely takes something from the owner. Rav and Bar of Nachman and Rav Yehuda owned adjacent fields, and their trees leaned over the boundaries. Rav Yehuda said to Rav and Bar of Nachman, Ravin, my brother, these that are mine are yours, and those that are yours are mine. This is because it is customary with regard to those whose field border on the field of their neighbors, that with regard to a tree that tilts to here, in other words, to the property of one of them, its fruit belongs to the owner of the field here, to where it is tilting. And with regard to one that tilts to there, in other words, the other side, its fruit belongs to the owner of the field there, as neighbors are not particular which portion of the land actually grew the fruit. As a dispute was stated about this issue between Amoraim with regard to a tree that stands on the border between fields, Rav says that which tilts to here, in other words, to this field, its fruit belongs to the owner of the field here, and that which tilts to there belongs to the owner of the field there. And Shmuel says the owner of the two fields divide all the fruit. The Gemara raises an objection from a Braita. With regard to a tree that stands on the border between fields, they divide its fruit. This is apparently a conclusive refutation of Rav. The Gemara responds, Shmuel interpreted the Braita so that, hold on one second, this is crazy. Oh man. I got cold. Man. Duty Mas. Balodim. Duty Mas Balodim. Dudimas Kamadim. Where was I? Rabbi Yehuda said, Balodin. Dudimas Balodin. Okay, I think I was over here. Ravin bar of Nachman and Rav Yehuda owned adjacent fields, and their trees leaned over the boundaries. Rav Yehuda said to Ravin bar of Nachman, Ravin, my brother. Oh, we had this ready, no? Whatever, read again. Rav Yehuda said to Ravin bar of Nachman, Ravin, my brother, these Balodin. Dudimas Balodin. Rav Yehuda said to Ravin bar of Nachman, Ravin, my brother, these that are mine are yours, and those that are yours are mine. This is because it is customary with regard to those fields, to those whose fields border on the field of their neighbors, that with regard to a tree that tilts to here, in other words, to the property of one of them, its fruit belongs to the owner of the field here to where it is tilting. And with regard to one that tilts to there, in other words, to the other side, its fruit belongs to the owner of the field there, as neighbors are not particular which portion of the land actually grew the fruit. As a dispute was stated about this issue between Amoraim with regard to a tree that stands with a border between fields. Rav says that which tilts to here, in other words, to this field, its fruit belongs to the owner of that field here, and that which tilts to there belongs to the owner of the field there. And Shmuel says the owners of the two fields divide all the fruit. You know what? We can do this, man. It belongs to both of them. Right. And Shmuel says the owners of the two fields divide all the fruit. Eat my fruit. The Gemara raises an objection from a Braita with regard to a tree that stands on the border between fields. They divide the fruit. This is apparently a conclusive refutation of Rav. The Gemara responds, Shmuel interpreted the Braita so that it should be in accordance with the opinion of Rav, as referring to a case where the tree fills the entire boundary, and consequently it belongs to both of them. The Gemara asks, if so, this is obvious. What is the purpose of the Braita stating its ruling? The Gemara answers, no, it is necessary in a situation where its boughs hang more to one side. The Gemara asks, but still, what is the purpose of stating it? The novelty of this halakha remains unclear. The Gemara explains, it is necessary lest you say that the owner of the field above which the boughs hang can say to the owner of the field, let us divide the fruit in this manner, where each of us receives the fruit that grows over his land. The Tana therefore teaches us that the owner of the field may say to him, what did you see? What did you see, my chazit? What did you see to make you prefer to divide what did you see to make you prefer to divide the fruit in this manner based on bisecting the tree in one direction? Divide the fruit instead of in that manner based on bisecting the tree in another direction, so that we each receive an equal share. Rav Yehuda said to Ravin bar Rav Nachman, Ravin, my brother, do not buy land that is near a town, as Rabbi Bahu says that Rav Huna says that Rav says it is prohibited for a person to stand by another's field when its ripe grain is standing. In other words, when produce is ready for harvest. Not good. Please, Lord, God, I pray, please clear my throat. When its produce is ready for harvest, as you might harm the produce with the evil eye. Similarly, land near a town may be harmed by the people of the town watching it. The Gemara asks, is that so? But when Rabbi Abba encountered Rav's students, he said to him, what does Rav say with regard to the meaning of the verse, these verses of blessing? Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the field. Deuteronomy 28 verse 3. And blessed shall you be when you enter, and blessed shall you be when you exit. Deuteronomy 28 6. And they said to him, this is what Rav said, blessed be in the city means that your house should be adjacent to a synagogue. And the phrase blessed be in the field means, we're gonna start on the next thing.